A real Western dude, Stu was saying as I came in with more beer. A real renegade. Chef's not one to talk about his exploits. He's a man of few words. But he's had a life and a half. Is he Alaskan? Asked a Norwegian. He is in spirit, that's for damn sure. He's as Alaskan as a red salmon in the mouth of a grizzly bear. But he hails from the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia. Chef is a good man, said Maureen. Stu held forth. Polly was looking straight at him, smiling. Her face as red and glossy in her admiration as Stu's was in the flush of his storytelling and drunkenness. Every gesture Stu made caused her eyes to flicker, and so he gestured more. Erin spent most of dinner looking at her plate, but she was listening too. The Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia. Have you been there? No? Aren't blue, and they aren't mountains. We have mountains. You just have to look outside to know that these are mountains. But what they have in Virginia are hills. They're really pleasant, and there are farms and little creeks and places where you can buy things like fresh milk and local honey. It's charming. In fact, it's so charming that people forget about the dangers in these little blue hills. You can still get lost, you can still fall into ravines, and you can get attacked by panthers. And that's exactly what happened to 5-year-old Chef and his mother. Here's something everyone in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia knows. A panther's cry sounds like a woman's scream. And if you hear those screams, you start running. And as you run, you start stripping. You tear off your own clothes and you leave them on the trail because panthers are either dumb or curious and will stop and tear apart your clothes, looking for flesh. Usually, you can outrun them by the time they've figured it out. Usually, but not always. Chef and his mother ran like hell, and the way he tells it, they alternated between her stripping off a layer and her stripping a layer off of him. But maybe the panther had gotten wise to this trick. Or maybe it was just too slow to run with a little kid. Who knows? The panther attacked Chef's mom, and she, with her last bit of strength, pushed Chef and yelled at him to run. He did. He ran and ran. And here's the kicker. Stu paused, getting solemn through his shiny redness. Before long, he came to a jacket, and then a shirt, and then an undershirt lying on the dirt road. And he realized something. That whoever these clothes belonged to must have heard his mother screaming for help. And whoever these clothes belonged to had followed the same advice as Chef and his mom. The same advice everyone in the Blue Ridge Mountains gets. If you hear a woman screaming, run, and take off your clothes as you run along. But there are no panthers here, said the Norwegian. No, said Stu, there are bears. And there's no warning scream when it comes to bears. They'll roar, but it'll be the last sound you hear. Chef wasn't from Virginia. He was from Nevada. Stu knew this. But the Norwegians were invested in the dangers of Alaska, and to first hear a story about a ferocious big cat, the cousin to lions and tigers, and then to hear that the bears of Alaska were even more ferocious, mollified them. Panthers screamed. Bears were the strong, silent type. Chef's swift exit, his stalking gait as he ran up to his tent cabin, were explained away. His haunted demeanor was nicely wrapped up in childhood trauma, and his childhood trauma was nicely wrapped up in the feral American landscape.